welcome to Lagniappe, a KEDM feature about area people and events. I'm Jay Curtis. Thanks so much for being here today. I've got a special guest in the studio today. Jeanine Patton is the executive director of the Louisiana Delta Ballet, hosting a very Merry Oz Christmas coming up tomorrow night. Jeanine, so glad to have you.
Thank you, Jay. Thanks for having us.
We're just always a pleasure to be able to be a part of celebrating what it is that y'all do. So, I mean, that's just a magical season to be able to see ballet on the big stage at the Civic Center. How did we get to a very Merry Oz Christmas?
Well, this is one of those Christmas ballets that's in our repertoire. I think we last did it in 2017. Wanted to bring it back. It's very timely. You know, everybody knows the story of Oz. We pick up at a different place in this story. This is an original story written by Nan Cogburn here in Monroe, and between Nan and our artistic director, Missy Crane, we have a very Merry Oz Christmas.
That is amazing. So you have all the familiar characters that you would think of from Oz, right?
Yes, we do. We pick up on Christmas Eve, and it's after Dorothy has already been to see the wizard once. So something happens, and she's called back into action, so to speak. And so she goes back to Oz to help someone out. So we'll have to wait and see who that someone is.
I love the taking the unwritten stories, because if you've ever read the original Frank Oz books, there are so many other different little pieces of stories. So this is just a reimagining of a different piece.
Exactly.
Well, okay, so the gala performance is tomorrow night, Friday, 7 o'clock at the Monroe Civic Center.
That's right.
Let's talk a little bit about the team that puts all of this together, because it's a huge team.
Well, it is, and we start with, of course, with our artistic director, who we could not do without, Missy Crane. Missy, so talented, and her visions are just out there. Where our productions are something that you would see on the stage in Dallas, Atlanta, New York. We've got a little homage to the Rockettes in this show. So yes, it's we have so much talent in our company, our talented backstage crew, between the ladies that are our seamstresses, our wardrobers. As I told them the other day, I don't think they could get a rhinestone on one more thing in this show. The costumes are fabulous. I'm just in awe of what they do. But it does. It takes a village. You know that.
It is a massive team full of people and Parents Guild folks, and like you said, seamstresses and
board of directors, the Mothers Guild. I mean, they're serving a hot chocolate bar and cookies before the performance. So it's something for the whole family.
So let's talk about what does it mean to be able to have this kind of production, because when you talk about Monroe at Christmas, so you've got the symphony, you've got two ballet companies doing massive shows, you've got Strauss Youth Academy for the Arts, most of the years Strauss Theater Center has a show. What does it mean to have ballet as part of Monroe?
You know, ballet is an art form that is very close to my heart. I followed Missy Crane ever since she and I are close to the same age, so I watched her grow up through Twin City Ballet. And, it's amazing that we can support two, and we do. This community does support two companies. And we pride ourselves in the basic classical ballet. That's where we start, and our technique. And then we pride ourselves in our shows because we love to go over the top. We love to have these huge sets. We've got, oh my goodness, Richard Gentry and his company. That the lighting, everything is just so state of the art, and it's so good to bring that to children in this area that will probably never have an opportunity to see anything like this other than on the stage in Monroe.
Okay, so let's talk about that, because the last 2 weeks you all moved into the Civic Center, and then over the last week or so, by tomorrow at noon, you will have had, you said, 12,000
Close to 12,000 kids. Yes, we have two performances. We started Wednesday with our school performances. We have a 9:15 and a 10:45 show, and 2,000 kids come to each of those shows. So it's amazing. This year we have sold out our school performances, and we at LDB do not want anyone to be hindered by the fact that they can't come financially. If a school says we can't come this year because we don't have the funds, or our parents can't help us, or our teachers can't help us, we do that job for them. We go out and we get school sponsors, and I've been doing that for years now. And we want those kids to come and experience this. And like I said, you never know what child is going to be in that audience, what they're going to see, what creativity it's going to spur in them, and in the future, how that's going to come into play in their lives.
That's the next generation
That's true.
of not just performers, but artists, musicians,
Right.
not just dancers, but
Right.
all these other disciplines that they could be sparked just by seeing one of these shows.
Right. Well, we want the arts opportunity for every person in our community, not just those that can afford it, like I said, or not just those that, oh, well, I've never been to a ballet, so I'm not going to do that. Come experience it. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. We just got off a very successful performance of Dracula, something that was outside our box. I mean, really. But I'm telling you, we did it. They came. Everybody loved it, and they're clamoring for us to do it again or doing something similar. So, yes, we are very proud of everyone's part in everything we do, especially our company.
So I have a mentor who talks about STEM versus STEAM.
Yes.
You talk about STEM disciplines, but then STEAM, the A in the arts and humanities, is what makes life worth living. It's what makes life enjoyable.
Exactly.
So it's glad to have something like that here in Monroe.
Yes.
So coming up next, just in the minute or so we have left, you've got Dancing with the Louisiana Stars coming up in this
That's
spring.
right. That's our big fundraiser. We've got that Friday night, February 23rd. Mark your calendars. Very soon, table sales will go up on our website, LouisianaDeltaBallet.com, and we will be having we'll be having a reveal at some point of our dancers, and so it's an exciting show. We provide food, beverage, as we do every year, and a great show.
So a very Merry Oz Christmas is coming up Friday, 7 p.m. at the Monroe Civic Center. Where do you get tickets, Jeanine?
You can go to LouisianaDeltaBallet.com, purchase tickets now. They will be held at will call because we're so close to the event. Or we will be at the box office selling tickets at 5 o'clock tomorrow at the box office at the Civic Center. So anybody who has will call tickets, they need to pick up. They can do it then, and then they can purchase tickets starting at 5 o'clock tomorrow.
There you go. A very Merry Oz Christmas, Louisiana or LADeltaBallet.com. Jeanine Patton is my guest. Jeanine, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Joe. We appreciate it.